วัสดีครับ
ดูยูทูบเบอร์
ครับผม All right, hopefully we'll get some people in here in a few minutes. I'm on my way over to this park that will go have a traditional Thai coffee. And from there, I'm gonna jump on a motorbike and show you guys how much work's been done on Lod Prow for the BTS. And then hit Starbucks. But we're going to talk about what's going on in Thailand here. And, you know, I don't want to say the sky is falling or anything like that, but this third wave could be really devastating, you know. It's not good, that's for damn sure. So, as of a few minutes ago, the Thai baht was 31.41. The air quality index is 72. Temperature is 81 degrees, high of 91, low of 79. Cloudy skies throughout the week. 20% chance of rain, 90% humidity, 0 wind. The feel like temperature is 91 degrees. Visibility is 6 miles and UV index is 1. I don't want to get hit here crossing over. One of the reasons I'm doing this is so I can jump on the motorcycle. I'd like to know how the sound is right now, because I'm all mic'd up now. I got a mic on the phone. Good. Hey, Carlos. I got a mic on the phone and a wind, a dead cat on it. So it should be pretty good. I'm anxious to find out how it is on a motorcycle. Oh, man, I got to get out of here. You know, I'd hoped to go to, better get over here. I'd hoped to go to a place over on Tonglor. I wanted to go to a little coffee shop, and I wanted to go have some breakfast over there. Basically show a little cafe, walk around. And I just said, you know what? Right now, it's probably not a great time to be in the Tonglor area or Ekamai, because that's where everything popped off in the nightclubs, the pubs over there. And, you know, like I said, I don't want to get too carried away. This is not the end of the world, but they are shutting down 41 provinces. The government. There's talk of possibly making people from high-risk areas quarantine if they go into other provinces. So this is, you know, this could be devastating for the economy here, because, you know, they're preparing to open up. They've already reduced the let's go straight. They've already reduced the quarantine time, so you know it's definitely not good. Yeah, 41 provinces, and I've seen varying numbers on how many provinces have been infected. I saw something this morning that said 19, but I thought it was a few more. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at this over here. Nobody's here yet. I don't know if these old guys The last I saw, none of them wear masks. They just come in here and play, these old guys. Bocce ball. But they don't start until around 10, 11 o'clock at least. "41 provinces." Yeah, I've read it spread to 15. I've read it spread to 19. And they're making a big deal about the UK strain, which is supposedly like 17 times more. What's the word? Infectious than the normal COVID. I hate using that word now, normal. You know, there's a lot of places and a lot of people, they're not wearing masks. And, you know, I got my mask down, but there's nobody on the street. I'm walking alone. I wash my hands. Well, you can say what you want. They're saying it came from the nightclubs. Now, the thing with the buses is people are wearing masks. In nightclubs, I was thinking about this. In nightclubs, people tend to be in close proximity. And you know damn well they're not, even if they are wearing their mask, maybe their mask is halfway down or down just like mine. Because if they're sitting at tables, they're sitting with a group of people, those people are going and taking pisses, you know. And so, you know, you can't blame it on a bus, man. People in the buses are pretty good. Here, people are not fighting the system saying, I don't want to wear a mask. They're wearing their masks. The only time they're not wearing their masks is when they're on a motorbike, they're in their car, they're walking around like I am. You see this motorcycle driver up here, he's sitting all alone. He's got a mask around his chin though. So, you know, here's this guy, he's got a mask on. This guy's got a mask on, and they don't have to. They don't have to have it on. They don't have to have it up. All of this is making the airlines nervous. It's making people nervous. Listen, Alex, my son, okay, he's been told until further notice, only online schooling. My wife, she's got to go in today to the office. Today's the last day. Obviously, next week is the Songkran Festival, which has been canceled. But they do have a holiday, and she's off for the next week. But basically, she's working from home for the next 2 to 3 weeks at least. So it's a roller coaster ride. And I'm going to get into a few things a little bit more, but I want to get to where I'm going so I can sit down. I'd like to know if the sound is noticeably better, if it's clearer with this microphone. And I can use this microphone on my laptop, and since I got my laptop fixed, I can now connect to my Bluetooth speakers, which means at least if I'm home and I'm talking to people, I've got guests on in the StreamYard, that everything should work quite well. And I'm waiting for these Rode wireless mics to come into Thailand, to be sold in Thailand. It's supposed to come in the next couple of days. But I don't know that I'm going to get them. Much better, clear, not a lot of background noise. Okay, good. That's exactly what I wanted. So we're going to go through this park here. Soon. Book. I don't even remember the name of the park anymore. But that's what we call it. Soon. Book. Soon is park. And we'll go check out, what's going on in the market there. And see if the dance classes, aerobic classes are still going on in the park. I don't know. I'm interested in knowing. Yeah, yesterday I felt the same way. I don't know what it was, but like it was 12 o'clock and I was still feeling tired. I was like, man, maybe I haven't had enough espresso. Now today I'm just going to see if this guy's got if he's back in business, if he's selling the coffee. I just kind of wanted to know. He's got the 15 baht coffee, if you remember. And the last time I went here, he wasn't here. So we'll see. All right, now I got to put the mask back on. Okay, I hear the women. I hear their little dance. I hear the one lady. It's the same lady. She's very enthusiastic, as you would expect. Let me fix this here. John, you're talking out your ass. There's hand sanitizer everywhere, and Thais use it probably more than I do. What the? There you go, right there. Oh, look, they got a little, they must be setting up for a little carnival here, which I don't know if that's a good thing or they're breaking down. Not very many. Oh, well, about the same as before. They're spread out, though. A bit more than before. You gotta get away from this music, though. It's horrible music they listen to. I guess this is the music for modern times. Not my style, but I don't know what I would do aerobics to nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. John, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Seriously. There's sanitizer like at every entrance of every place you go. And Thais use it. They even sign in. I never sign in. They still use the app. They still scan stuff. Not as much as in the beginning, but they definitely use the hand sanitizer. And they definitely use masks. You know, when they're going into places. See, these ladies are not wearing masks. I don't know what this is called, but called the use of the stick. WhatดีครับสบายดีไหมครับสบายดีไหมOf course, I'm already sweating my ass off. What did I say? 90% humidity? What did I say? Yeah, 90% humidity. No joke. Of course, they're saying that this virus, this UK strain of the virus, why did I know that you were just a troll? Goodbye. They're saying that this strain came from the from Phnom Penh, and you know, who knows? I don't know. Are they blaming them? But the Cambodians are worried. They said that they do acknowledge it. So I don't think, you know, listen, as much as we want to think governments are making things up, I don't think the Thais are making this up. I don't think they're skewing their numbers. I think whatever's happened is probably natural. Wow, they've really changed this around a little bit, and they got a little pond now over here. I'll show you in a minute. This wasn't here a short time ago, so they've just started putting this together. I don't know how they did it, but it's a nice park. I'm gonna have to come back here because, you know, like in the next couple days, probably for the weekend. What's today? Friday. So yeah, maybe I can ask, but yeah, they wouldn't leave it up for 4 days without moving everything, you know, picking it up and taking it away. So this is going to be happening probably this weekend. Now, I rarely see any big lizards over here. And if anybody's been watching, oh God. Everything is not going on lockdown. The bars in 41 provinces are shutting down. Some other businesses are going to be shut down. Entertainment venues, that kind of thing. And they're just going to basically become a little more strict again with the, you know, they're going to be making sure that people wear their mask and that kind of stuff, even more so than now, which they're very good about it, especially compared to, say, some places outside of the country. But John, they wear their masks. I mean, you know, like when they go into places, people don't have to say, put on a mask. They're wearing their mask. They may like forget to put it up if they have it around their chin or something like that, but they're not forgetting to wear their mask. $500? No. No. And you're certainly not forgetting to use the hand cleaner. And like my wife carries hand cleaner in her bag. I know quite a few people who do. Not everybody. I mean, I don't always. I'm not right now. But, you know, I know there's hand cleaner just about everywhere. So. This is saying something about the fish, but I can't read all of it. Nương chắc rạ Wang Pop Nam Leo Prat Rings Spa. Prung Supap. I think they're saying don't go. I can't tell though. I don't have the time to read all this, but basically, yeah, John. I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah. Oh yeah. There are no gators here. Okay. There's no gators in Thailand. There's crocodiles. There's a difference. But there are no gators. Gators are in North America, basically. You know? Yeah, so they're setting this up. It's got to be this weekend. I don't know if it's a great idea. Oh, wow. สวัสดีครับ I wonder if it's for the Songkran. That's what they're setting it up for. Even though they've canceled it, technically. Well, holy shit. I don't know, maybe they set it up and then, you know, they've canceled the Songkran, so maybe they won't do it. I don't know at this point. But, you know, you can see here they've got all these things set up in addition to what is normally here. I didn't know about this. So we're going to walk up here for a little bit and then walk back. Basically, yeah, outdoor events tend to be a bit safer than those events like, you know, in a concert or at a Muay Thai stadium or in a bar, a pub. So you got the outdoor and then you got the indoor. The outside and the inside. I wonder if that ticks off the vendors over there. Now I got a little coffee shop over here, but I'm not going to go there. All right, what is this? Thai Put. It's a Buddhism Muslim. Buddhist Muslim. Buddhist Muslim yeah. It's like a Buddhist Muslim fair or something, you know, like a celebration. At least 2 weeks, and it's not a lockdown. It's just some things are being shut down. Let me get over to where I can sit down, and then I'll get into it a little bit more here. Whew. %90 humidity. And some of them are walking around in long sleeve shirts and they're dry as a bone. Want some coconuts? Coconuts over there. Coconuts everywhere. Oh, I know that, Carlos. He's a douchebag. I used to have one of these Honda CBRs. I would honestly, you know, I would kind of wait and see. And that's what I was going to say, is that right now, Thailand is in a holding pattern. You know? Oh, he's here. All right. Okay. Very good. What do you got? What do you got? บายดีไหม ขอกาแฟครับ โอ้คือว่าธรรมดา นม โอ้ชินมหวาน
เอาร้อนหรือเย็น
ก็ร้อนครับ
ร้อน
ไม่เป็นไร Go over here and sit down. They don't have any tables out either, just the one, and these ladies aren't going to let me sit down. They're not going to let me sit down. Guess I'll go over here. See if I can cop a squat. See those? Those are very, very good. Don't start eating them. You might not be able to stop. Brutal. Coffee will be good. All right, let's get into this a little bit. Before I go on, listen, I know everybody thinks that, you know, like YouTube is it's online, it's free for everybody, but I do appreciate everybody's contributions. And that's the fuel that keeps me going. Without it, I'm not taking any trips, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. And, you know, I understand times are hard. You can sign up for a YouTube membership. It's $1.99 or $3.99, whatever you want. You can get a Patreon, become a Patreon patron. You know, there's always PayPal and all the usual methods, CASHAPP and stuff. Or you can just buy a t-shirt. Whatever you want to do. Now, if you can't do it, such is life. I'm just saying, this is how it works. It ain't UNICEF. It's a business. So any help, I appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who helps on a regular basis. If you're only coming for nightlife, then stay home. Everything else, just go, I say. I would honestly, thank you, Sky Trooper. Thank you very much. Choke D to you. I would say, as of right now, I wouldn't pull the trigger quite yet. I mean, like, you know, if Longhorns, if you were going to say, oh, I want to go over there, I'm going to plan my trip, I wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to get the ticket right now. I just wouldn't do it. I would wait a short period of time to see how things pan out, because, you know, things change at a moment's notice. I mean, for all I know, they could lock down the provinces and say you're not going anywhere. You can't you can't travel between provinces. They might shut down Phuket is supposed to open in July. However, Phuket shut down. Where's this at now? See if I can find it here. Since I don't have my laptop, I brought my notes. Songkran, as I said, is fully canceled. All Songkran festivities throughout every district of the Bangkok province have been officially canceled. I haven't said anything about other provinces that I've seen, but I'd be surprised. They're not going to have any water, though. There's no water. No playing it with water. Yeah, there's a few other places where it's going to be canceled. But let me see this Phuket. Phuket bars and night clubs ordered closed for 10 days. All right. So right now, there's a shorter quarantine period. But come July, you're supposed to be able to go to Phuket without quarantining, as long as you've been vaccinated. Nightlife venues in Hua Hin are also closing, but just for 4 days. They're also closing in Chonburi, which is Pattaya. I don't know for how many days yet. Everything is unclear right now. It always takes a while to just pan out. But on a good note, a couple good notes, positive notes. 25,000 people were injected with COVID-19, the vaccine, this week in Koh Samui. The island plans to vaccinate 70% of the population by July to reach herd immunity and reopen the tourist destination to vaccinated travelers following the Phuket sandbox model. The vaccines were offered to the general public, including expats. Thank you. I would have gone down to Samui to get my shot. But the rest of the vaccinations are not supposed to start until July. So, I don't get it 100%. I just don't get it. What is taking them so long? I don't understand that. Phuket authorities already ordered all nightlife venues on the island to close for 10 days, a move sure to hit businesses hard as bar and club owners expected customers next week for Songkran. The 41 provinces, bear with me, Bangkok, Ayutthaya, Buriram, Chachoengsao, Chayapum, Chanthaburi, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Chonburi, Chumphon, Kanchanaburi, Konkan, Lampang, Lui. My printer cut some of these out. So Nakhon Nayok, Nonthaburi, Nakhon Pathom, Nakhon Ratchasima, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Pathum Thani, Phetchabun, Phetchaburi, Phuket, Prachinburi. I think this is Pranburi, Ratchaburi, Ranong, Rayong, Sakeo, Samut Prakan, Samut Sakhon, Samut Songkram, Sarapburi, Songkla, Sapanburi, Suratani, Tak Udantani, and Yala. So,
ไปไหนมาตั้งนานแล้ว
โอ้ยผมคิดคุณบิดไหม
ปิดวันจันทร์
อ๋อวันจันทร์น่ะอ๋อบางทีผมมาผมคิดโอ้ย
วันจันทร์
ปิดเพราะว่าโควิดก็ไป
ไม่
กลับบ้าน
ตอนปีใหม่นะปิดไปกลับบ้านหลายวันปีใหม่
วันที่เมื่อไหร่อะ
ตอนปีใหม่นู่น ตอนเดือนปีใหม่อ่ะที่ผ่านมานู่นน่ะ
อ๋อไม่ใช่สงกรานต์
สงกรานต์นี่ก็หยุดเหมือนกันแต่ว่ายังไม่ได้หยุด
กี่วันหยุดกี่วัน
2 วัน 2-3 วันนี่แหละ
2 วัน 2-3 วันโอ้ยก็นิดหน่อย
มัน
He's
กลั
only
บบ้านไม่ได้มันโควิด
รู้แล้วก็มาจากที่ไหนครับ
พัทลุง
พัทลุง so
ถึงหาดใหญ่นู่นน่ะ
he can't go there he doesn't want to go because of COVID กลัวไหมกลัวแต่เวลาเขาบอกฉีดยา
ไม่ฉีด
I said when they say to you that they can give you the shot, do you want the shot? And he's like, nah, I don't want the shot.
เขาฉีดแล้วก็ยังติดเลยเขาบอกเนี่ยรัฐมนตรีฉีดยาแล้วยังติดโควิดเลยรัฐมนตรีระดับรัฐมนตรีเมืองไทยรัฐมนตรีฉีดยายังติดโควิดตัวเนี้ย
I know. He's talking about how you can still get the COVID even if you get the shot, and also something that I haven't heard many people talking about is supposedly there's a problem with the clotting, and that's an issue, but it's a relatively small percentage, so I don't know that that's any problem. But let me read this here. If I'd come for Go-Go Girls, I'd be disappointed because what is open looks dead. Yeah, even what's open is dead. Listen, I've been talking about going to Koh Payam. I've been talking about going somewhere else. And I'm taking a wait-and-see approach. Now, I probably could go anywhere that I want, and I wouldn't have any problem. I wouldn't have any issues. But, you know, why risk it? You know, I'm not saying I'm not going to go. I want to go, and I'm going to go whether I'm alone or with Nicholas. And I can tell you, my wife doesn't really want him going. She's worried we'll get stuck there. We won't be able to get back. You know, if they tighten down the restrictions. She's worried about, you know, me getting it. Not so much about him. She's worried about me getting sick, and, you know. And she's getting a little older herself, so she's no spring chicken. So, you know, it's not like she can go, oh, well, I'm a 19-year-old kid, and I'm probably not going to get it. Okay, so on Khao Road, April 7th to April 12th, everything going to be closed, but all the merchants are going to be tested for free. Two years now in a row, but the Songkran has been canceled. Makes me sad. Makes me sad we're going through all this because of a virus. I mean, it is obviously a serious matter, but there's got to be a better way. And I did read that there is an issue. Already they're talking about are there going to be enough beds here in Thailand? Yang.
Yangภูเก็ตไปยัง
ก็ไปภูเก็ตไปเกาลักไปกระบี่ไปไรเลย์
เขาหลักไปมาแล้ว
ไปมาแล้วประมาณ2 อาทิตย์ที่แล้วกลับมา
ตอนนี้ภูเก็ตก็ปิดอีกแล้วนะโควิด
ปิดแต่เขายัก
แล้วกลับประเทศบ้างยังอ่ะ
ไม่ได้กลับ
ไม่ได้กลับเลย
ก็แพงแล้วก็ยังไม่ได้ชิด
อ๋อใช่
ก็รอใจเย็น
แล้วมีแฟนคนไทยอ่ะ
ๆมี
อยู่ไหน
มาจากสุราษฎร์
อ๋อเป็นสุราษฎร์เหรอ
เขามาจากสุราษฎร์แต่เขาอยู่ที่นี่อยู่กับ
ไม่แล้ว
มีลูก2 คน
ที่ไหนอ่ะ
ฮะ
พักอยู่ที่ไหนคอนโดนี่อ่ะ
ก็แฮปปี้แลนด์
ของแฮปปี้แลนด์อ่ะ ลูกที่นี่เหรอ
no เป็นบ้าน
บ้านอะไรอ่ะ
เป็นบ้าน
แล้วอยู่ประเทศอะไรอ่ะ
อเมริกา
อเมริกา
ครับ
อเมริกาเยอะเลย
เยอะเคยไปไหม
อยู่แคลิฟอร์เนียอยู่อะไรวะอยู่ไม่เคยไป
Somebody knows is gone. Wow. ที่นี่คนเขากลัวไหม
ทั่วเลย
เหรอ So people are scared here in this
ค
little
นต่างจัง
vicinity.
หวัดเขาไม่อยากให้คนกรุงเทพกลับไปต่างจังหวัด
เมียบอกว่าถ้าผมอยู่กรุงเทพแล้วก็บางที่ประมาณอีก2 อาทิตย์10 วันผมจะไปโคปายาม
อ๋อขอพยายาม
เขาบอกว่าบางที่คุณต้องไปที่นู่นแล้วก็ควอรันตีนต้องควอรันตีนเพราะว่าคุณมาจากแบงก์
ต้อง
So that might be a bit of a hassle there, a little bit of a problem if they make me quarantine. I just can't see that happening yet, but you never know, you know. แต่ธรรมดาคนจะทรายไหมธรรมดาคนที่นี่ก็เวลาเดินเที่ยวเขาใส่ไหม
ใส่หมดเลย
ถ้าไม่ใส่ก็มีคนก็พูด
ใช่ไม่ใส่ไม่ได้
ไอ้ส
บาง
ม
คนก็พอเหนื่อยเขาก็ถอดพอห้อยคอไว้
I asked him if anybody says anything, if somebody doesn't wear a mask. He says everybody has to wear a mask around when they're walking around. But, you know, this is a little corner area, so it's a tight-knit group of these people here. Show me that they're wearing a mask over there. ถ้าจะเดินก็ไม่มีใครอยู่เดินคนเดียวใช่ไหมก็โอเคไม่เป็นไรแต่เวลามีคนต้องใส่
อเมริกาเขายังใส่ไหม
ก็
ใส่เป็นบางรัฐอ่ะ
ก็ใส่แต่ก็มีคนเขาคิดว่าก็ถ้าไม่อิสระเรารัฐบาลบอกอยู่ต้องมันรัฐบาลเป็นพ่อใช่ไหม
ตอนนี้มันได้ประธานาธิบดีใหม่แล้วใช่ไหมดำไม่ได้แล้วได้ใครไม่รู้ชื่ออะไรอ่ะ
ไบเดนเฮ้ยก็ลืมชื่อ ก็ทรัมป์ดีกว่า I said forget Biden's name
ผมชอบไปนู้นนะผมชอบบารักโอบามานะ
อ๋อเหรอ
ผมชอบคนผิวดำ
he likes the black guy because he's dark skinned
ทำอะไรอ่ะ
ไม่ได้ทำอะไร
ทำอะไรใช่ไหมก็ทำอะไร
กินกาแฟ
กาแฟ
ครับ
อร่อยไหม
อร่อย
ดิ
อร่อยสิ
อร่อย
อร่อย
จริงเลย
ถ้าไม่มีลูก
มี
2 คนอ่ะ
โตแล้ว
เหรอคนไทยเนี่ย
นะครับอายุ20แล้วก็18
อยู่เมืองไทยนานแล้ว
yes he's like you guys got kids are they they're your kids together yes they always ask that yeah they're my kids All right, let's get out of here. We're gonna go get a motorbike.
ไม่รู้เราไปแล้วใกล้มาไม่มีเราไม่เคยกินเลย
Right. All right, let's go, boys and girls. Okay, ครับคุณมากครับโชคดีนะWhy should get a motorbike? Hey, kun come. Yeah, all right. He doesn't want to take me. Let's take a walk down to the end of the street, jump on a motorbike. Go ahead. Look at this dog. We gotta get the dog in the picture. Man, a lot of people here, but everybody's wearing their mask. Good dog. Oh, wow, that's good. Oh. All right, now comes the test. Oh, yeah, that'd be fantastic, but they're not going to do that. They'll just tax people to death in the United States and not give them a thing. Or give them very little. Whatever you need, they got it here. Need a pair of jeans, 100 baht. Need a lottery ticket, boom. Need some stuff for the Grateful Dead concert, there you go. Children's clothes, 4 for $3. Yeah, I've been looking at it, at different insurance, and you know, as much as I don't want to pay every month for this one insurance, I did find one that's reasonable, and I'll probably get it in the next couple of days, but we'll see. Look at this, man. This is they've really set it up. I don't know if that's the brightest move what they're doing here, but it is outdoors. I really don't want to talk about politics, you know, seriously. Politics rubs me the wrong way, and you know, as I said when I was in Riley, you know, and I've said it numerous times to people, most of the time, none of that stuff matters, man. It really doesn't matter to me anymore. I've been here almost 30 years, man. How much does it really matter to me? It matters to my friends and family back home, you know, people I know back home, but other than that, all right, one of these guys is gonna give me a ride. By the mall, Bangkok. By the mall, Bangkok, come. Come. You can go out, but you can't come in. Take a look at, when we turn right up here, take a look at how much work's been done on the SkyTrain. They got the pillars up right now, and also the new overpass they're building. Hopefully not too much wind. Incredible Hulk. สำนักงานเขตบางกะปิ ทีนี้ครับทีนี้ครับแล้วก็ทิ้งนั่นโอเคครับโอเคครับ 40 baht. Not gonna say a word. No big deal. Let's go inside here. Looks like my chair is still available. Whew. Yes, my chair is still available. And let's see. Looks like we got what? Oh, I got some extra here. Let's get a coffee. Nah. She can't be working alone today. All right, let's go over here. Oh, yeah. Well, they raised the price of croissants again. ขอ croissant แล้วก็ espresso doppio ครับครับผมก็ใส่ก็ไม่เหนื่อยใช่ไหมตอนนี้ทำงานคนเดียวเหรอใครอะผู้ชายอ๋อ Let's just make it clear there is hand cleaner here. Cop Coon. There is hand cleaner here. So I got one question, and that is, when I was on the motorbike, was there a lot of excessive wind noise, or what's the deal? Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you. Choke D, choke D. Was there a lot of wind noise with, you know, because I mean, I'm using the dead cat, and I got this little mic on here. The only thing that's not good is I can't charge my phone at the same time. And even if I have a wireless mic, I can't charge the phone at the same time because you have to plug the mic into the phone. That's the way it goes. So there was noise. But was it, would you say it was better than usual? Yeah, Mr. Clean, yeah. I went into a salon yesterday and had got my hair cut because I couldn't find a place that was open. There was no place open in my neighborhood. Usually there's 3 or 4 places. Come on. There's usually 3 or 4 places that are open right in the neighborhood, and I didn't want to go to one of them because what it meant taking a song towel. I just wanted to walk right down the street, and they were all closed. For what's that's worth. So I found a salon. Nicholas was with me, and the lady was she was a bit of a talker, and you know, I paid more than I should. That's what I'll say. You know, it used to be that you could get a haircut and a shave for 60 baht. Then it went up to 80 baht. Shit. Some places it's 80 baht, some places, you know, 100. Now it's, you know, they want to charge you 100 baht for the haircut and 100 baht for the shave. And all she did was basically shave my head and shave my face with the electric razor thing. It wasn't like she had to sit there and meticulously go at my beard like a barber normally would with a straight razor. She was a talker. We walked in and she was yelling at somebody on the phone. And she's from the South, just like my wife. So Nicholas was there. She had of course, everybody asked questions. Too many questions, in my opinion. And then when she found out that, you know, his mother, my wife, was from the South, she's from the South. Oh, you have to tell her to come down here. This is women, you know. Anyway, espresso in the morning. Finally got approved, but they were assholes about it. I think more people would like governments if governments just fessed up to their fuck-ups. You know, fess up to the fuck-up. Be honest. Don't hide it. Fess up to the fuck-ups. That's my new motto. Gotta get a t-shirt that says that. Fess up to your fuck-ups. How many people really like the United States government now? I mean, honestly, or at least, I don't want to say the entity itself, but the people that are in the government. Not many people are happy with these people, especially right now. We're not going to talk about politics. Because I'm over here. It doesn't really matter. The more I think about it, I'm like, what do I care? We got the Z team working today. No beer, no Preo, no Tien. I don't know what the guy's name is. Nice guy, though. What's next? They're going to close Starbucks? Think about something. If this goes on long enough, who's going to want to open a bar up in this day and age if this is a continual thing where it's shut down, open, shut down, open. Can't serve alcohol. People are just going to start partying at their houses more, inviting people over. Shit. Instead of, hey, let's go to the bar. Let's meet a chick online and have a party with her. See if we can get her to come over instead of going to the club. I mean, what's next? I was thinking about that today. I'm like, they keep closing these bars and keep closing these clubs and restaurants. Eventually it's going to be, everybody's just they're using Grab. My wife is a perfect example now. She doesn't really go anywhere unless she's got to go for work. She wants to get food. She just orders it. She doesn't go out. She didn't go out and get it. We almost never eat at a restaurant anymore. I told her, I'm like, why can't we just take off right now? Let's leave. Let's go. Let's get out of here. At least we'll be on a deserted island or semi-deserted island, and there won't be many people. And Nicholas is out of school right now. He doesn't have anything to do for the next couple of weeks because he's waiting for his college entrance exams, the results. Alex can do his schoolwork online, and my wife can do her work online. So I'm like, why don't we just leave? Let's get out of here. But my wife is scared, and then we have the dog and the cat. And I'm like, if you want to pay to put them, in a kennel, go for it. She's like, how about me and Alex stay home and you and Nicholas go? I'm like, I thought you don't want Nicholas to go. These are the times we live in. What is this? I got the chance to call home. My wife and the whole family would ask. My wife freaked out when she heard my voice. The military had reported. Oh, man. You've come back from the dead. Yeah, that is a nice surprise. All right, that's it for my food. I may have to start streaming at night. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. There is a video going up tonight. I think it's at 8 o'clock. And you might be surprised by it. And Nicholas is in it. There you go. I met with Tom yesterday. Tom, who's in the stream sometimes. And, we were talking about how the best thing now is to just, worry about what's in front of you. Don't think too much. Don't get too involved with this. Because one minute things are, looking grim. And then the next minute, things are not that bad. And quite honestly, people are moving around. They're going places. They're doing things. It's not that bad. But there's potential that it could get really bad really quick. And then, we see empty streets again and that kind of thing. And, malls shut down. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. You know, if you remember, I did a video quite some time ago where you had to walk through the back of the mall. This is a year right in the beginning. You had to walk through the back of the mall. When you walked in, there was this like space age sanitizer that you had to walk through, and it sprayed you with alcohol. It sprayed your feet, and that didn't last very long. That was only a couple of days, and they took it out. But I mean, you know, this is just too crazy. It just keeps going and going and going. It's a roller coaster ride. I was trying to think of another word for roller coaster. All I could think of is clusterfuck. And I have not forgotten. I blame the Chinese. Fortunately, you know, I only got about 20, 30 years left if I'm lucky. I may not even have that many. So I'm not going to have to deal with any of that stuff. Call me selfish. I do worry about my kids and, you know, the future, but, you know, listen. We're all in this, in the same boat. This has been going on for centuries and, you know, millenniums. We all have our worries, our concerns, you know. My wife is like, be careful when you go out today. Wash your hands. I'm like, you too, don't worry, we're gonna be all right. I do believe we're gonna be okay. Which is why I wanna get out of here. Get yourself a t-shirt. You want to help me out? Get a t-shirt, get a coffee mug, get 20% off it. Use the code KRABI1. I think it's down in the description. I don't know. KRABI, the number 1, KRABI1. Get 20% off. A whopping 20% off. That goes to helping me. Get one of my books. Do whatever. You know. I'd like to go to Colipe. Actually, when I was talking to Tom, he brought it up yesterday. He goes, oh, you know where you have to go? Colipe. I'm like, you know what? You went there 20 years ago. Going there now, it's a bit of a hassle. I don't know if I'd want to go there right now with everything going on. Maybe in 2 weeks, you know, we'll see. A lot can happen in 2 weeks. So, a lieutenant colonel, MD, cussed me out for not. I cry inside when I go to different military bases and see what recruits look like now. I don't want to be in this world. I do want to be in the world, but I just want to ignore it. I want to ignore most of it. I don't want to hear about people crying and, you know, whining and crying about, he called me this at work, I'm going to sue. I remember the days when, and, you know, I'm guilty of it. Well, I was going to talk about Myanmar. Listen, our friend Nanda really wants to get out of Myanmar for obvious reasons. He sent his wife and child to the village where they're from, where apparently where it is safe, but he really wants to come to Thailand. He's been asking me, so if there's anybody in Thailand who needs a Burmese guy who speaks English and who is involved in the tour business, I told him, I said, you know, I wouldn't hold my breath. It's hard for anybody to find a job now here. It's just not a good time. It's a terrible time, you know. And so for him to come over here is very, very difficult. But if there is anybody out there, let me know and I'll get in touch with him. I'd really like to help the guy. Yeah. It's really bad there. And you know, I'd like to say I'm glad to have gone there, because at this point I don't know, what's going to happen now. It's going to be another 20, 30 years of isolation and of, an iron-fisted rule there. It's a beautiful place and beautiful people. Very different from Thailand. Very different from Bangladesh. It's just very different from everywhere that I've ever been. And yeah, that's really sad. I have not been talking about that much lately because it's just, there's nothing positive coming out of there. I'd like to talk about some positive things. Hey, wow, I'm going to have a video going up. It pales in comparison, seriously. I'm going to show you just what a beautiful place is. Let's not focus on the negative. The bottom line is the negative's there whether you want to see it or not. It's still going to be there. So you might as well acknowledge it. And Myanmar has been on the edge even when they were supposedly opened up. And I went there right in the beginning. I'm sure Nanda remembers when I told him, I go, this guy's following me, man. This guy's been following me. I couldn't believe it, Anyway. What I'm really concerned about is here, and because this does affect me, it affects my family, it affects everybody, is what's going to happen if they do decide to shut things down and they say, we're really sorry, but this is a setback. We can't allow people to come into the country. We can't open up Phuket. It could be 2-3 years before they open up and allow tourists to come here. What happens then? How are they going to take care of these people? Because there's a lot of people that are already on the edge. That's what concerns me, because it affects the country. And as much as I like to see a strong dollar against the baht, I want the people here to, you want to live among people that are happy and prosperous and free of, a lot of struggle, unnecessary struggle. Listen, he was really, oh man. He was really starting to do well, he and his wife. And I don't know how old his son is now, but, I've known him a long time, and he's worked very hard. He and his wife have worked very hard. I've been to his house before. His wife is very, very nice, and he's got like one of those like 4-story houses where it's got stairs on the inside, and like going upstairs and walking up to whatever room it is like, it's like the stairs are like this. They're not like this. They're like this. And we walked up and we went out onto the roof. And his wife made a fabulous dinner, and she was just very nice. And that was a while ago. And I think we drank tequila together. He bought a bottle of tequila. I'm like, no, you don't. He knew I liked tequila. I brought some whiskey for this fighter and for him and for I to drink many years ago. And so he asked me, oh, what kind of booze do you like? I go, I don't really drink that much, but I like tequila. He goes into this little shop. What are we doing? I go, let's go, because it's always hot, just like here. Sweating my ass off anytime I'm there. He goes, oh, hang on. He goes in, he buys a big bottle of tequila. So while we were eating, he's pouring shots of tequila. I ended up like almost falling down the stairs. Mojitos, man. Listen, one of my goals is to get to Koh Payam in the next couple of weeks. 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks. I don't know, what is today? Today's about 2 weeks. Give or take, depending on what, I got to ask the wife and see if she is okay with Nicholas going. I got to think about it a little bit. Because I think he'll be okay. But one of the things I wanted to do was to chill out with him. I said to him, I said, "Oh, you don't want to go to the beach because you like mountains." He told me once, "I don't really like the beach as much as I like the mountains." He goes, "Yeah, I like mountains." He goes, "But I like the beach too." I said, "Well, we'll go there and maybe we can get it." Yeah, exactly. Get a spot on the beach and he and I can have a mojito together. You know, celebrate his graduation and initiation into manhood. You know, Alex is already there. Yeah, that'd be nice. There's a couple things, and one is obviously the situation here, whether or not it's possible to travel without any restrictions, and is it going to be a hassle? And, and like I said, I'd love to go to Koh Lipe, but I think it's just too. It's a little bit too expensive. Just for two people. If it was one, that'd be different. But I've gotten to the point now where I'm a little bit tired of traveling alone all the time. Once in a while, yeah, but all the time, nah. It'd be nice to have one of the boys with me. Anyway, I'm curious to know what people think about the situation here, and is it going to stop them from coming? I know that somebody like Longhorns, it's not going to stop him. But I know Soy Dog Cowboy wasn't too happy about this. I know a few other people who are not very happy about what's happening because this is just, we're at that fork in the road again. And we're going to go left or we're going to go right. Okay, but just because they have the vaccine doesn't mean that they're going to start letting people in if they're starting to show that they have a lot of people that are infected. That's what I mean. And that's what I'm wondering about. Now, like I said, I don't want to be what is it, Chicken Little? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. I don't want to over dramatize the situation. But there is that chance, and that's what I'm kind of concerned about. And I'm not even concerned for the tourists. I mean, of course, now there's starting to be a large number of tourists that really want to come in. I'm more concerned with the economy in the country. I mean, just think about it. It's like they can't keep going like this for years. They just can't do it. This is devastating to so many countries. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 1 year, 2 year, 1 month. God, my shoulder's killing me today. Then it goes to 15-day quarantine. Yeah, I know. There are people, there's just, and this is, listen, and I've talked about it. I don't want to go to Klong Tui because, first of all, that is an area that is, they did have some infections there. I don't know exactly where, but I don't want to go in there and, it's a emotional drain to see it all the time. And I think that's something else that people take for granted. They walk around and they see all these people in masks, and Bo said to me, yesterday, I said, how are your coworkers dealing with this? And she's like, dealing with what? I go, with all the, the new statements coming out of the government and, worrying about the tourism industry. And she said, they just put their mask on and keep working and doing what they can. She's like, they're used to it by now. After a year, these people are used to it. Good morning, Mr. Cowboy. So, there comes a point where you get numb to it all, Well, if you listen to them, they want the tourists now. They want people to come back because they know that they need the money and that it's good for their economy. They're starting to see the light. But do they really want people coming back? And maybe not, because they're worried. Just like that guy, I was just talking to the coffee guy, he's like, yeah, I'm scared. People are scared. Wow. Yeah, this is something else. You know, people being sick and you know, and people dying, and then you can't go and see your loved ones and can't give them a proper farewell, and there's all these underlying situations going on that people don't often think of. You know, like, I mean, when I first asked the girls here, what do you think about the COVID? What's going to happen? It's no big deal, you know. They were like, yeah, whatever, because they all had jobs. Oh, God. To each his own. Whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. Old, proper age, whatever. You know, that's another thing, is I think, you know, you got to think about something else. There have not been as many foreigners in this country for the last, you know, 13 months, 14 months. I think that some Thais are just going, hey, wait a minute. Why did I think I needed a foreigner? I'm okay. I'm doing okay. What do I need a foreigner for? So maybe their attitude now is, we don't need them. You know. Anyway. See the indirect. They don't see the indirect benefits of tourism. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to get too deep into it. Now again, here we go again. They're calling me from the. I might have to just give me a second if they call me back. It's the grocery. They're making a delivery this morning. They got to call me up. I'm outside in front of your door. We'll ring the goddamn doorbell then. Jesus, they don't even want to ring the doorbell. Or it's, can I exchange the water? It's 51 baht. Can I exchange for the one that's 54 baht? I always put, you can choose. It's not, you know. I hate having to receive no COVID shots, and Thailand doesn't accept them unless they're administered with it. Oh, really? I didn't even think of that. That the COVID shots have to be within 90 days of entering Thailand. That's ridiculous. You know, this is the other thing. How often are you going to have to be vaccinated? Oh, every month you got to go and get your vaccination. You know, it's ridiculous. I don't know. What are you going to do, you know? I can tell you that ever since I came back from Railay, things are not terrible. They're not, you know, they're not bad here. But you know, the direction, the vibe, the mood here doesn't seem to be in the most positive that I can say. Well, you know, the thing is I'm not counting on anything at this point, because, you know, like I said a long time ago, this is about uncertainty. This is about the roller coaster. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. 1 minute things are great, 1 minute they're not. You know, Fargo, Frago, and on and on. Anyway, you know, we're back to the same conclusion, which is time will tell. We'll see. You know, I don't remember. Maybe it was Soy Dog Cowboy that told me yesterday. The schools are open there, and here a lot of them are closed. At least in Bangkok. So what does that tell you? And you know, when I talk to the guy there, he's like, "Oh, America, ooh, it's very bad there with the virus right now, so bad." You know. So what is it? Our impression may not necessarily be true, or it might be, and it's just we're gonna have to see how things pan out. Yeah, that's what really bothers me here. What really bothers me is that it takes until June to start the mass immunization. Why? I don't get it. I don't want her to lose hope. Yeah, that's a tough situation there. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, when my wife was telling me yesterday, and I'd already seen this, but she told me, she said, well, you know, in Samui, they vaccinated 25,000 people. I go, 25,000 out of 60-something million? I mean, come on, you know. And you know, then I see these immunization, what do they call them? Immunization doctors will say, immunologist, no. You know, they're saying this could be the worst wave out of them all, and that's why I think there is concern. There's some real concern. From the people that I've talked to, immunologists. Yeah, well, that was maybe the word I was looking for. My brain operates a little slowly. It gets there. It always gets there, but it just operates a little slowly. From brain to mouth is slowly. From brain to paper is a little easier. Now I'll show you what's going on in here. Look, you got dudes over there, the girls behind the counter, and then you got 3 people. It's only 9:30, so we have some time before they open up. Yeah, my sister, you know, is in Florida, and she just got her first shot, and I'm sure she'll have her second shot in the next week or so. Wish I got the Johnson & Johnson. You know, all I know is that when they give me the shot, I'm gonna take the shot and I'm gonna go, just let me live. Let me get through it. Please, don't get me too sick. You know. And when you think about it now, like, it's hard for me to remember. It's getting hard. It's getting more difficult for me to remember what was it like before the virus? You know, what was it like before the virus? What was it like? You know, I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm like, remember when you used to be able to just go into a airport and, you know, they checked your ID, but you got on like I would get on a plane, and if there was nobody sitting in first class, I would sometimes just sit down in first class, and they would let me sit there sometimes. I did that when I was a young kid several times. Now you can't. The chance of you getting away with that is nil. So I don't think anybody's immune. I think all this is going to do is tamp it down to where people more people don't die. That's all I think. And I think people are going to have to do it every year, just like a flu vaccine, which maybe I should go ahead and get at some point because I never get it. Like I said, mosquitoes don't like me here. They don't even bite me. I'm sitting there, my wife and kids are bitching about the mosquitoes and how bad they are, and I'm sitting there going, they don't want me. So I'm like, okay, if they don't want me, probably the virus doesn't want me. No, something's going on inside. They don't want to get there. They're like, no. It's like you poured, red pepper on the dog food or something. They're like, something's in the blood, or something's in my body, the sweat, the scent, I don't know what it is. But they don't want nothing to do with me. I'd like to take a walk around. I'm anxious to hear this stream back, to hear just the quality of the video compared to how it normally is. Now there's a couple more people coming in. You're starting to fill up a little bit. Still early. Not a lot of people sitting outside waiting to come in. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember, how many people were there at the mall waiting to get into the mall before, and how many compared to now? That kind of thing. And for instance, if I went to Koh Phangan, how many people are going to be there compared to what would normally be there? What percentage? Ooh. See, that's the kind of thing that, that would worry me a little bit. But there in Florida, like I said, a lot of my families, my parents have already got both their shots. My sister and her kids just got their first shots. So, that looks good. Anyway, anybody got any other ideas for islands where I may consider going, whether I go by myself or with Nicholas? So far I've been thinking of Koh Lipe and Koh Lanta, and also Koh Phangan. Koh Mook, that's another one, but right now it's narrowed down to Koh Phangan. So if there's any ideas, anybody got any ideas, please let me know. Either in the chat or in the comments or whatever. And there'll be a video tonight at 8 o'clock. So that's about 11 hours away, something like that, 10 and a half hours away. I'm not wearing my glasses. Goddamn glasses. I've been to both Koh Changs, Carlos. Been to both Koh Changs. I've been to the one in the south. I've been to the one to the east. Oh, Boratao? Is that what you're talking about? Or Koh Tao? You should just write it in English, Soy Dog Cowboy. Koh Tao. Yeah, that is a thought. You know, if he goes, maybe I will bring my drone. I don't know, you know. Because that way he can carry the drone, and I'll carry the bag with our clothes in it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's the thing, you know. I mean, listen, I'd love to just take off and just start cruising around and going from island to island with him. First, it's, like I said before, now is not a good time. Second, you know, money would become an issue. It already is an issue when, you know, if you think about Lipe. Lipe, I was very surprised at some of the costs. But, you know, it is an island, and just like Samui, anytime it's an island, and especially if it's a popular island or an island that's known for being top-notch, they tend to bump the prices up, you know. Transportation costs are high. So, anyway. I'm hoping we don't get to the point where I got to sit inside my house for another, you know, month. Like they say, okay, that's it. We're locked down. All you can do is go to the grocery, just like they did in the beginning. I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point. I really don't want to see that. Anyway, how many people we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 people in here now. Listen, Nicholas will like anywhere, honestly. I think maybe his memory is that he remembers like Khao Sok and some other places we've been where they're mountains, but like, you know, I don't know if he remembers Kokut. He should. You know, and I'm also a little bit hesitant to have him on a kayak. You know. On the ocean, that would be a little better, but all right there, Carlos. Take care of your business. I'll talk to you later. Be safe. All that good stuff. I think it's about time to wrap it up. We don't want to get into the poo talk or any of that nonsense. Like I said, I'm anxious to go back and listen to this and see if the audio quality is better. Once I get back home, and probably Sunday, I'm going to do a stream with some guests. And it should be good because I've got the Bluetooth speakers. I've got the microphone, so everything's separate. I'm not wearing headphones. It should just be better. There he is. If you take your son to go somewhere, no dengue. Well, it could always be, you can always get dengue again. So, you know, I've had it. They've both had it. The wife's had it. We've all had it. That doesn't mean we can't get it again. But hopefully he won't. Apparently the number of dengue fever cases has dropped dramatically. I don't know why. Maybe just because of the season. But with the rains coming, maybe it's going to increase again. I don't know. I'll have to see. I checked a couple weeks ago, and I was surprised at how low the number of cases were. But it was quite low. Mr. Monash, what are you up to? No good, like always. How's Australia? I take it you've seen what's going on here in Thailand. $90 old. Crazy. God, I wonder if I'll make it to 90. Anybody taking any bets? Will I still be on YouTube at 90? Anyway, well, so there's no lockdowns where you are, right, Monash? Mr. Monash? We would be the last to get permission to leave. We do not, or I don't have the vaccination yet. I don't understand that. You know, I really don't. I don't like that when a country says, "Sorry, you can't leave your country." I don't like that. I think that's a freedom that is a basic freedom. If you want to go somewhere else, you should be able to go somewhere else. I do think, you know, you need your passport or whatever, and I don't think that people should just let you in willy-nilly. But I think if you have the money, if you have the means, if you have the time, and you are tested, in this case, you're tested and you're negative, and another country is willing to let you in, why shouldn't they let you out, you know? That would really bother me. You know, and the UK is the same way, so. Yeah, I don't like that nanny state. That really irritates me, that nanny state thing, you know. And, you know, here in Thailand, people don't really consider it to be, you know, nanny state. They consider it more like, you know, they just go along with what's happening. You know, everybody got to wear a mask. Okay, everybody got to wear a mask. There you go. I knew that was coming. I knew it was. You know, I purposely did this. Purposely, you know, changed the direction of the camera just for you guys. Right now she's looking for longhorns on YouTube. She's looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. And this is the kind of stuff, and you know, my father will not come to Thailand. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because I don't want to have to go through the whole rigmarole of being checked and being, you know, subject to search and this and that. He's like, you know, I've never had any problems in my life, and yet I got to go through. And he goes, you know, I don't want to deal with it. And it's not he doesn't understand that it's for the safety of the masses, blah, blah, blah. But it is a huge pain in the ass. It's gotten to be where travel is not as much fun because you got to go through you got to jump through all the hoops, you know. For me, it's not as much fun. Like I said, I was telling my parents the other day, I like to snap my fingers and just be there. I'd like to be, it to be just kind of like a, what do you call it, you know, like in Star Trek, where they have the little thing and you just, you get in there and then you end up at the next place you want to be. That's kind of how I feel. Let me snap my fingers and I'm there. I don't want to do the traveling. I mean, you know, once in a while it's fun, but like going through an airport, listening to some stewardess, I mean, you know, it's just like, I mean, I watched a video, I don't know, a week or so ago about a woman sitting there with her kid. And the kid's like 3 years old or something, and the kid didn't have a mask on. And the stewardess was like, "Oh, you've got to have a mask on the kid." She's like, "Well, she's only 3 years old, you know, like, I didn't know I was supposed to have a mask on her." "Yeah, I've got to ask you to leave." "Huh?" "Yeah, I got to ask you to leave the plane because your kid doesn't have a mask on." "Well, we'll put a mask on." "No, you need to leave." That mentality, I can't stand that shit. Yeah, well, exactly. It's not that different than an authoritarian. I mean, it's exactly what an authoritarian state is. You know, if I constantly say to my kids, "You can't leave the house," you know, what do you think that is? Now, I don't do that, but, you know, if I did do that, they're going to be like, "Why not?" What, you know, they're going to bridge up. Well, eventually that's what's going to happen. And, you know, only one of two things can happen. People get stomped on, or, you know, yeah, the transporter thing, you know, where you get into the, you know, the little thing where they, I don't remember. Man, I haven't watched Star Trek in so long. Yeah, Singapore, forget about it. And, you know, I spent a fair amount of time in Singapore several years ago. And, you know, I was very lucky because I was in a nice hotel. I was well taken care of. But I watched what went on there. And I mean, I can't live in Singapore, man. I couldn't live there. It's too anal. It's everything is about work. Everything is about, you must do this, you must do that. Ugh. I was like, lighten the fuck up, man. That's how I felt. That's my, you know, opinion. Singaporeans are very uptight, you know, and it's always about work, and it's just like, and coming from Thailand, you know, where I've been for such a long time now, that I'm like, you know, everything is laid back, sabai, you know, jai yin yin. God, my shoulder. The Singaporean model just doesn't work for me, you know. Sometimes it's, you know, for a better analogy, it's nice to just be able to spit your gum out or spit on the ground, which, you know, I admit once in a great while I do spit on the ground. Not usually, but if I do, I try to do it in the bush, you know, in a bush or something. But every once in a while I gotta, you know, I feel like the need to spit if I'm out. I don't want to have to worry about going to jail for it. It's ridiculous. Listen, I don't mean to push this, but I gotta say it. You know, it is my goal that, say, in another year, there are enough members in the members section of YouTube where I can do a members only stream or members only streams. Right now, there's 21 members. And, you know, I don't want to leave. I have no way of, I wish YouTube would allow me to do this, but I have no way of allowing certain people in that I want to allow in, whether they're paid or not. I have no way of doing that. I wish they would allow that. Maybe in the future they will. But that's why, to me, I think, you know, listen, I want to head towards that, in that direction, where there's members only. I can offer the members, you know, members only streams. But right now, there's really not enough people, and I don't think that many would show up. If I get like 100 people and 25 show up for a members only stream, then it's worthwhile to do it. But so consider that, all right? Detroit metro area has spiked to December levels of COVID. Younger people are now being infected. Well, you know, the being infected, I don't know that is what's the most important thing to look at. I think what's the most important thing to look at is how many people pass away directly from the COVID, from the virus. Not they're 90 years old and they catch it and then they die. You know, not they have you know, a heart problem and they catch it and then they die. But they're healthy. They're 50 years old, 40 years old, they catch the virus, and then they pass away. All the people in the world could be infected. I mean, really, think about it. Everybody can be infected, but how many people are dying from it or suffering long-term consequences because of it? I think that's what's the most important thing to look at. And, here, I think it's only 95 people. Okay, when I think about it, although I'm okay to wear a mask, my breathing is being controlled. Yeah. What you don't, there's something else that nobody thinks of, and I know I get some shit every once in a while for some dumbass, but when I'm walking along here in 90% humidity, or let's just say that it's 70, and I got my mask on, and it's 90 degrees, feels like 102, I can tell you that your body doesn't want to have that mask on. It's much easier to breathe without the mask. The mask is a hindrance in that regard, So, I completely understand, and that's why sometimes I'm like, you know what, I don't want to go anywhere. Listen, today it's the same thing. I'm like, if I go to some cafe, man, I can go to a cafe down in Tonga or whatever, but then I'm going to be thinking to myself, what if by chance I just happen to bump into somebody who was in contact with somebody else, and then I come back to my house, somebody in my house gets sick and they pass away or something like that, or they get extremely sick, and we run up a big hospital bill. What if it happens to me and I leave my wife and kids like that? I think about these things now, which I never would have thought of when I was younger because I didn't have those responsibilities, but now I do. And, yeah. Hold on to our freedoms while we can. They're being eroded, yeah. Yeah. There's another thing, Monash, that I've been saying a lot lately. I don't want to think or worry about anything that doesn't affect me or my family and friends. I know, listen, I don't like Biden. He's the president. But I don't like him. I'm just bringing this up as an example. But you know what? He doesn't matter to me. He really doesn't matter to me. He doesn't matter to anybody else that I know all that much. I mean, of course he matters, but does he matter enough to, have me concerned about it every day where I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't want to live that way. I don't want to live that way. Why? I live here. This is my life. This is my family. I got my family here. And like I've been saying, my family, they can take care of themselves. If they got major problems, they'll deal with it. If there's anything I can do to help them, I will. But, other than that, it's like, why should I worry about everything else going on? So as I've gotten older, and especially because of this COVID, I've been trying to think about what's important and what's not important. What's on the news largely is not important. Listen, big old monitor lizard goes into 7-Eleven yesterday. Oh, it's a great viral video. And it's very interesting to see this massive monitor lizard that went into a 7-Eleven. But, is it really important? Does it matter? Does it make a difference in my life? No, not in the least. So that's what I mean. All right, Longhorns, you can have her. Monash, I think Lori has got the 700-pounder coming in for you later. If you're vaccinated, the chance of getting severely ill and dying is what, maybe 0? For at least the next 10 months. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So, why worry about it? I don't want to worry about it. Well, there are situations, and Myanmar is one of them, where I do care. I definitely do care. I mean, not only because of Nanda, but because what's going on there is wrong. It's like, oh, well, why don't we just, like in Rwanda, we don't agree, we don't like you, you don't like us, so why don't we just kill each other? Well, that's a brilliant way to go about doing things. if that were the case, I would have done that already many times over because in my life, I mean, in everybody's life, they meet people they don't like. They meet people they'd like to hurt, and they don't do it because that's not the way that civilized people act. So she's all yours there, Longhorns. She's a tall drink of water. Longhorns out of water. Oh, you changed your mind? Yeah, I'm really, I'm a bit perturbed about what's going on over there and concerned. And, like my initial thought was, I got to go over there. I got to go take some photos and maybe I can do something. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Listen, I made a little bit of money from Hong Kong. Did any of my photos change the world, though? Did they really help all that much? No. And, if anything, they showed some of the gore. One set of photos showed the gore that occurs there and some of the misery. But, like, most people, what it is now is I think people are just too busy. They're busy doing their own thing. They don't have the time. Most people don't take the time to concern themselves with multiple subjects, in their life. They're concerning themselves with their family, their friends, their job, and then they have a little bit of time left over. Or maybe they get involved with a subject, such as, maybe they, I don't know, let's say save the whales. And so that they make that part of their life. They make that a job. Okay. But, when it comes down to it, people who aren't in Myanmar, I hate to say this, but people who aren't in Myanmar, yes, there are people outside of the, in other countries, and as we saw, where was it, in the UK, where something happened to the embassy. I don't remember exactly, but, there are people that are concerned and they're trying to do things. But it's a minuscule number of people because most people are just too involved in their own lives and living and trying to get by that they don't, think about it. People getting shit isn't like television. It's not clean. It's ugly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like Longhorns was saying, it's very ugly. It's not pretty. I had to tell Nicholas this the other day. I said, to you maybe going in the military and, being an infantryman, you might think that's, glorious. It's, you're going to have some glorious career. I look at it like, I don't want you getting hurt. I don't want anything happening to you that, I worry about you. And, it's hard for a young guy to fathom that. But that's how it is in, with many different subjects. They have one, their perception is not the reality. Yeah, that is a good word, Monash, desensitized. We are very desensitized. And, when was it? Where was I? I was in Phuket, in Patong. And I saw the guy, I think it was Patong. Can't even remember now. He didn't have, the guy's there, he's like, he's like he probably wasn't more than 3 feet. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you. Appreciate that. Choke me. Well, I wouldn't count on that, but but there was this I don't know what you call him. He didn't have any arms and he didn't have any legs, and it was clearly some kind of a birth defect or whatever. And he's on the side of the road there. He's going, hey, come on, And like, I didn't have much money in my pocket, and I'm thinking, I'm like walking by going, shit, man, I don't really have that much money, and I just walked by. And then I walked by again, and I thought, man, you know, like, are we that desensitized? It was very clear to me that this guy was not like some dude who's like a part of a gang who's, you know, trying to drum up money. This guy was like barely surviving. And I just went, you know, I gave him, I think it was 40 baht, which, you know, it's not enough, but it was, you know, what I could give him out of what I had in my pocket. I just thought, man, you know, like, I don't want to become that person who, when I see somebody, I just have no empathy for them, you know, because guess what? That could be you one day, you know. That's why, you know, not to get too serious here, but that's why, like, racism is so important. That's why, you know, justice is so important, because, you know, one day it's you, and then you're like, you know what it's like with the shoe on the other foot, you know. Anyway, they're out there right now. You can see the machine over there, the Hitachi over there, that orange machine straight ahead. They're building, and what they're going to do is they're going to build over this walkway. They're going to build an overpass. They're going to connect the overpass. There's an overpass that comes out from the parking lot above, and I guess they're going to build some kind of a overpass from there. They're going to build it back. They have to build it higher, a little bit higher, and then they're going to build the SkyTrain on top of it. You can't really see it from over here, but you can see those metal rods sticking up, and you know, who knows when that's going to be done, but you know, like I told the wife, I want to be out of here. I want to be out of here. It now seems there are no exemplars of efficacy, no heroes, everyone waiting for someone else to put things right. You know, I saw a movie last night. Well, I didn't really watch it, but my kid was watching it. And it was called Cellular. It's an older movie. And it's about this guy, he breaks up with his girlfriend. I never did find out if he was with the same girl, if they ended up getting back together, but you know, the girl broke up with him because he was too mature, and then he gets a girl on the phone who's Kim Basinger, and basically he has to help her to try to save her life because she had been kidnapped, and, you know, it was a bit far-fetched, and, you know, it wasn't the greatest movie, but I was just thinking to myself, this guy actually, you know, a lot of people would just go, screw you, lady, just hang up, and that'd be the end of her, she'd die. You know, people don't care that much, you know. And here, like I was telling Nicholas, okay, so we know what's going to happen in this story. He's going to become the hero because he's a guy who has no discipline, no ambition, and his girlfriend dumps him because of that. And here he is, you know, getting serious and showing that he can care and he can be an adult and be helpful and he does care, you know. Daolo-san. Monash is being all serious today, like him better when he talks about hotties. There's that word again. I never did ban that word. I'm not going to ban that. How can I ban the word hottie? Cannot. Oh, man. Could use a neck massage. Enjoying the serious side. Yes, Monash, we enjoy the intelligent conversation. Well, at least till they are banned too. Hotties matter. Hottie lives matter. It's a t-shirt. Hottie lives matter. Don't forget about Bar Girl Lives Matter. I'm surprised. I haven't sold any of those shirts lately. I've sold a lot of American and Bangkok shirts. And I Don't Hate People. What was the other one? Yeah, Captain Savaho and Bar Girl Lives Matter. Not nearly as much as in the beginning. Longhorns doesn't want her because she's constantly on her phone. She hasn't got off the phone, and she's got a little tablet in front of her. So she's clearly too enthralled in the digital world. And if it wasn't for me streaming right now, yeah, all I'd do is put my headphones on and listen to some music. That's it. Well, how are you going to get the hotties if you can't be there? That it takes me longer to wipe than actually make the deposit is more supposed to come out. Oh, God. I don't want to start on this subject, please. That's why I use the bum gun. Use the bum gun. Install a bum gun. Longhorns, why don't you get a van and, like, trick it out and then drive around the United States? Why don't you do something like that? I mean, you know. No Bahamas. Maybe no Thailand. Head to Oklahoma. Nebraska. Montana. Because I want to get out of here ASAP. But so do I. I want to get out of here ASAP. I got a couple of things I got some loose ends to tie up here. And then maybe I'll hit the road again. On the road again. And, you know, I really want Nicholas to go with me. I think we'll be all right. But, you know, if anything ever happened to Nicholas and I had anything remotely to do with it, I don't want to think about it. So I got to be very careful. I got to make sure I keep him. And, you know, obviously I would feel bad, but I got to make sure that I keep him very safe as I can. I was like telling the wife, listen, if we go over on some island, there's very few people there. Well, that means we would have very little risk of contracting the virus, you know. Maybe I could, let me see something here. There you go, Monash. All for you. I'm glad that you. I was wondering if you would catch that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. You caught that right away. Doesn't matter to you though, right? Either or. As long as the end result is the same. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyway, anywho, hey, guys, please remember to leave a thumbs up. I haven't even said that today. Please remember to leave a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click the notification bell. Don't forget about the description. Go down in the description. Don't forget about the video coming up tonight, 8 o'clock. Nicholas will be in it for a short period of time. Dengue was worse than COVID would be if he got it, in my opinion. He's fit, young, no health concerns. You're probably right. So I try not to worry too much, but you know, there's always that little bit that makes me wonder. And I've had the dengue, and I know it sucked. And you know, he basically just slept the whole time. He was all right, you know. But yeah, he and Alex are both, you know, they're both thin, lean, and they're both, you know, they both do their push-ups and pull-ups and run and walk and lift weights, and you know, they do all kinds of things. So they're in pretty good shape, you know. They're healthy, eat right most of the time. Well, Nicholas still slides towards the chocolate every once in a while too much, but dengue, malaria, monitor lizards, snakes. Wonder people live longer than a week. Listen, I'll tell you what really worries me is snakes. That does worry me, and I'm not scared of them. It's that you can be somewhere like in Suratani, and every time I go there, man, I always told my kids, you know, make sure you don't stick your hand anywhere. Don't stick your feet in anything. You know, make sure that you check your shoes. That don't stick your hand in any pile of leaves or anything like that, because that's when people get bit. And once they get bit, the snakes down in the south of Thailand, the snakes in Thailand are no joke. You know, and same in Australia. You know. Now, on the islands, that's a little bit different, but, man, I just, you know, I liked Riley, and now I'm looking back, I think I like Kokut a little bit better, but very close. Yeah, I'm looking for a good place to go, you know. As long as you do not touch them, they will leave you alone. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Most people that get bit, they get bit because they're reaching for the snake or they're reaching for something. And they, you know. And here, you're reaching, you get bit, and that might be it. You get bit, that's it. You know. $10:15. They're not opening until 11 today. Australia has some gnarly tropical jungles. Go take a walkabout. If the crocs, the salties don't get you, the snakes might. And if they don't, the spiders might. Australia's no joke too, you know. But here the thing is, there's a hell of a lot of people that are living amongst, you know, I mean, look at the monitor lizard in the 7-Eleven. How often do I see snakes? All right, Dowlow, take it easy. How often do I see? I don't see them all that often. I've probably seen, in all the time that I've been here, I've probably seen 5 snakes, aside from going to the snake farm. I did see a snake a long time ago. I got a video up. It's one of the first videos I did. I just, you know, I wasn't into YouTube really or anything like that, but I was at the ancient city, and I forget where the hell that place is. Is it Samut Prakan? And we were getting something to drink or whatever, and then all of a sudden I hear Nicholas go, "Snake, look at this snake." And the snake was eating a gecko, and it was a green snake, and I wasn't sure if it was a green snake that would be extremely poisonous, or if it was just something that was poisonous to small, like to rodents and to birds, or like, you know, little lizards and stuff like that. Turned out it was just a little green tree snake that was not all that poisonous. But I was like, get away from the thing. Call me again. It's like they have my address. There's people home. Ring the goddamn doorbell. Jesus Christ, man. kids are probably asleep. That's what it is. Shit. Hang on 1 second. God damn it. Exactly as I thought. Oh, you know, I got some chocolate protein drinks for my kids because they like this stuff. I got them 4 bottles, right? I put that she can choose whatever she wants to replace them. She calls me up. Oh, the chocolate. We're out of chocolate. What should I get? I said, whatever. I don't care. You call me 3 freaking times. Jesus Christ. That's why I put you can choose. They ask you, do you want them to choose? Yes. They can choose whatever they want. Replace with whatever you want. Anyway. I don't want to bitch. It's not important. This is just a minor thing. I should be very grateful that like somebody will just drop off whatever groceries and water we want. I should be happy about that. But it would be nice if they would like actually follow the instruction. The other day, wow. No beaching in LA, yeah. The other day, I was in a taxi or something. I tell the guy, I go, "What? Is she gonna try to get in?" Yeah. Always somebody. And I was like, "Could you please turn left here?" "Oh, you want me to turn left?" I'm like, "Turn left." "You want me to turn left here?" "Yes, I want you to please turn left here." "Here?" "Yes, right here." "Turn left here." "You want me to turn left?" "Yes." I'm like, I told the guy like 5 times. I was like, don't get pissed off. Don't get pissed off. Don't just tell, you know, how many times do I got to tell you? Left means left. Do you understand left and right? But I just, cop. Yes, right there. Yes, that's it. Left. Yes, that's it. Left. Yeah, they come to welcome you. I know a guy who got bit by a brown snake. And he almost died. Came very close to dying. Anyway, more people starting to show up. You got Longhorns Girl. You got what's his name? Monash is over there. If that's what you want to, however you categorize it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've gone over this subject. Well, now they're starting to turn the lights on back here. We've gone over this subject about 1,000,000 times, but it is always changing. It just changes. 1 minute, you know, things are better. 1 minute, they're not. I don't think things are that bad yet, but I think it warrants keeping an eye on how things unfold here. So if she's 701, that's it. No dice, right? Honey, you better get on the scale. If you're 701 ounce, 700 pounds, 1 ounce, I'm not having it. I didn't look her up because I don't want to look her up. No offense, honey. How do you hug a girl like that? Can you put your arms around? How do you do that? You should probably get some really tall, skinny guy. He can put his arms around her. A little short guy like me with short, stubby arms, that ain't gonna happen. Anyway, I think this stream has run its course. I had planned at some point to go up to the Rap God and just see what's going on there. Again, I want to double check on it. But you know what? It's not all that important. We already know that the Rap God is... It is what it is. That's all I'm going to say. I want to stay out of trouble. Yeah, I'd probably fall in. I'd sink in. Anyway, lovely day. Not really. It's overcast, humid. It's not raining, and we're in Thailand, or I'm in Thailand. I don't want to go there, really. I don't want the food there. That's the thing. You know, I am trying to eat healthier and, you know, a little bit. Although I did have a croissant this morning and that sweetened milk. But I am trying to eat healthier. I'm having a salad for dinner every night. I'm going to go back to carrying around boiled chicken with the tomato in a little Tupperware container. That's what I used to do. Once in a while, I'd have a boiled egg. That's what I used to eat. Ha ha ha, Mr. Monash. Choke B, thank you very much. I wish I could say you're the first and you're the only. You're my everything, but no, I can't. But thank you anyway. It all adds up. I appreciate it. Keep it coming, boys and girls. You know, I found the other day that 100% of the people that watched were men. I'm actually thinking about starting a channel, a different channel, just for live streams. Or just for videos or clips or something. Because yeah, I don't want to mingle. I don't want to mix them. I don't want to mix them. You know what I mean? Like, okay, the streams can be what they are. We can talk about whatever you guys want within, you know, YouTube guidelines. Well, Chuck, you know, Chuck is Chuck. Chucky is Chucky. Chucky's a great guy, but sometimes, you know, he gets a little carried away. Lori is working, apparently. I did tell her that I got this microphone, and I was very happy about it, you know. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. I need like 2 more. I got a lav mic that I'm happy with. I got this mic that I'm happy with. I need a pro shotgun mic. That really, I need that. That's kind of long term, if you can say long term at my age. And I'd like to get the wireless ones. But, you know, like, then I think about it and I go, do I really need all this shit? No. No, you know what I need to do? I need to travel and show people things. And go places. Show you guys cool places. That's what I need. I'm fine just getting by with a computer. Listen, if the microphone goes out or I only use it for the laptop, that's fine. I'll use a phone. If I need to use a little Samsung piece of shit from 10 years ago, as long as the video is good, I'll do it. You know, I don't really care about that. I care about going to cool places. Riley was cool. Khao was cool. Patong Beach, you know, that's for the tourists, you know. I could have went other places there in Phuket that were, you know, that are stunning. They're very nice places, some beautiful places. There were some things I could have done, but, you know, listen, it was pouring rain most of the time. Half the day it was raining, half the day it wasn't, so. 10:30 already. Unbelievable. We've been going 2.5 hours now. So much for my hour-long streams. It's all your fault, Longhorns. You're supposed to hold me to a time frame, to a deadline. Look at this, look at this. Watch this. Take a look on the left and watch her thumbs. Yeah, well, I don't need Wi-Fi. That's the thing. I don't care about Wi-Fi. I never stream with Wi-Fi ever. Ever. Only 4G, baby. If you watch her thumbs, she's enthralled in her video games. Now, that's wonderful, I guess, if you like playing video games. That's why Longhorns doesn't want her. Anyway. Nice posture. She's a bit hunched over. You went to the library to use their internet. God, I almost never use anybody's Wi-Fi. I just don't do it. It's easier just to have it on your phone, 4G. You don't have to think about it. And they have all kinds of specials, all the time they're running specials on the AIS. I told you, I did it twice. 100 gigabytes of 4G for $5. You can't beat that. It's not usually that cheap. It's usually $4 or $5, and it's $4 or something like that, and it's like, if you're lucky, you get 15 gigabytes. There's a lot of nice places. Listen, there's some places I want to go, and I'm gonna go. I just want to, I want to let a couple days go by. I want to get through the Songkran Festival. See how things unfold, like I keep saying, and then we'll take it from there. But there will be a trip forthcoming, one way or the other. I'm going to have to go somewhere. I just can't sit still all the time. No, you can't go in. She's like, oh, maybe we can go in now because all the lights are on. And there's people walking around. They let him in from the back, but they don't let him in from the front. I never get that. So one of two things is going to happen right now. I'm either going to get off the phone and we're going to call it a day, or I'm going to wait for them to open up and I'm going to go upstairs and see what's going on up by the Rap God in the entertainment venue. Watching Gunsmoke. John Drew Barrymore is in it. Drew Barrymore's dad. Wow. I always like the Carradine family. There she goes. She's putting her mask on. She's a good girl. Longhorns. Take that into consideration. She's got a mask on. She's thinking safety. So you know what that means. There's people sitting at the table now. They all got masks on, except me. There's nobody sitting around me. Man, my shoulder is killing me today, man. I'm sweating my ass off. Oh, I need a massage. I'm going to have to get one of the kids to punch my shoulder blade. Anyway. So shall I wait? I don't know, man. I got a lot of time to kill before 11 o'clock. 25 minutes. Unless somebody's got something interesting to talk about and really wants to see the mall, which I don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe it's better we wrap it up. Sunday we'll have guests. Hopefully Chucky will join us. Hopefully Soy Dog Cowboy will join us. Not sure about Lori, not sure about everybody else. I don't know what's going on with the Pathia twins. By twins, I mean Patia Bob, Patia Pete. I think Patia Pete is very busy right now. Patia Bob is still, as far as I know, he's still getting his leg dug out, cleaned out, worked on. So he's not in the greatest mood, I'm sure. I wouldn't be. Anytime I go to a hospital, I get in a bad mood. I get irritable. I get testy and cranky. Especially if they're digging in somewhere. You know. Oh, would you like a colonoscopy, sir? No, thank you. I'll pass. Give one to my buddy. Would you like an enema, sir? No, thank you. My buddy would like one, though. All right. We're at the end of the road. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. What happened? Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. How did I go from 20? What did I have? I had 25 thumbs up. Now I'm down to. I had 22. Went up to 25. Now I'm at 20. Whatever. It doesn't matter. If you want to leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Okay. But if you'd be so kind, leave a thumbs up. If you like this, you like the streams, you like everything I do, all the places I go, all the places I show, all the subjects we broach. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I have no sympathies for anyone's shoulders but mine anymore. Yanked a water hose gently the other day just to loosen. It felt like the Anji joint tried to rip my arm off. Yeah, I was going to ask you how your shoulder's doing. I'm off to see my hottie doctor. Have a good day. Just gave a thumbs up. Thank you very much there, Mr. Monash. Of course, she's got to be a hottie. I've only seen like 2 doctors, even here in Thailand, that I would consider a hottie. One a long time ago, when I first came to Thailand, the doctor walked by me. I could tell she was a doctor. And she wasn't an older doctor. She was a younger doctor. And by younger, I mean she had to be in her late 20s. She walked by and I just was like, holy mo-. She bordered on the quality of the woman that Longhorns and I saw on the 4th floor of the mall here. Very, very well put together. And she walked by me and I said something like, you're a doctor? And she said, yeah, I'm a doctor. And I said, I think I said something like, I've never seen a doctor who looks like you. And I was like, oh, what did I say that for? And she just laughed, but every once in a while they get lucky. You see a lot of pharmacists that tend to be pretty good. Well, thank you very much, Paul T. Appreciate the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you want a t-shirt, Krabi1, that's the code, 20% off. The other day, some knucklehead came in here and goes, $25 for a t-shirt? That's so expensive. Well, really, it's expensive? First of all, 25 bucks ain't all that expensive nowadays. But if you're getting 20% off and it's $20, that's pretty inexpensive. I mean, listen, you're not in Thailand. You know what I mean? The shirts ain't being done in Thailand. They're not like free size, What is this here? She checked my buttocks and she told me no need to use the screen. She had seen, oh God. Do you remember the month and year? If so, ask them all people if you can review camera footage from back and then find her. I don't remember. You should look in your passport and see when you were here. And we could go back and we can narrow it down a little bit. But I remember her as quite exceptional. And I don't usually think that. When you see one and you go, she's well put together. She's got it going on. Now, we didn't talk to her. So who knows? She could have been a complete moron, a ditz. But she didn't look that way, so. Anyway, boys and girls, it's 20 to 11. I got nothing else to say. Please be safe. Be well. Take care of yourself. At the very least, wash your hands. You don't want to wear a mask? Up to you. But wash your hands. Don't be a filthy bastard, Wash your hands. Take care of yourself. And thank you for everybody who contributed in one form or another. If we talked to her, we'd be we'd be broke. Yeah, she was that alluring. She was quite the specimen. They broke the mold with her. You don't see those very often. Anyway, thumbs up. Thumbs up, Thailand. Let's keep an eye on what's going on here. If anything breaks rapidly, I'll put it in the community tab. I'm starting to put more stuff in the community tab, and also put stuff up there for the members and in the Patreon, for the Patreon patrons, and in the website, you know. So that's all I got. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Anything else? No? Okay. Thank you for joining me. Who knows where the next stop will be, but hopefully in a couple of days I'll know what's going to happen, and maybe I'll be able to take off. Who knows? One of these days I may surprise you and just go, guess where I am. So it is what it is, as they say, jerkin the gherkin. Yes, choke the jerkin my. Nobody's going to ever think of the gherkin in the same light again. Jerkin the gherkin. Choke the, jerkin my, all that good stuff. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I'll talk to you guys later. Pet Mark. Pet Mark.